If you grew up feeling like your pain was never enough, if every time you tried to share what you were going through, the conversation somehow always came back to her. If you are an adult now, maybe even successful in many ways, but there is still this deep, unexplainable ache inside you that you just can't put into words, then this video is for you. And I need to tell you something right from the start. This video is not about blaming my mother. It's about seeing the truth clearly. And more than that, it's about making sure I don't repeat it. Because I am also a mother. And it was when I became a mother that I realized either I face this head on or I will pass on everything that hurt me. If this is already resonating with you, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I talk about healing, maternal wounds, and breaking generational cycles. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss any of it. On this channel, we talk about healing, about the wounds we carry from our mothers, the trauma we inherit, and how we can, with intention and daily effort, choose a different path. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share took me years to put into words, and it might just change how you see your own story. Before I go any further, I want to make something very clear. Acknowledging that our mother hurt us is not the same as demonizing her. It is not hatred. It is not playing the victim forever. It is simply looking at reality clearly, honestly, and with compassion, even for her. And my reality has a name. Take a breath. Personal experience. My mother has narcissistic traits, and I only truly understood that as an adult. Maternal narcissism is not just vanity or selfishness, it is a relational pattern where the child exists to serve the mother's emotional needs, not the other way around. The specific patterns, real and honest. Slow down here, let each point land before moving on. In practice, it looked like this. She would pit my siblings and me against each other. She created rivalry between us so that each of our loyalties would go to her, not to one another. It took me years to understand that the distance between my siblings and me was not natural, it was deliberately cultivated. When I accomplished something, a promotion, a project, a new step forward in my professional life, she could not celebrate it. Sometimes she went completely quiet. Sometimes she minimized it. Sometimes she would walk in right after with a crisis of her own, as if my achievements simply could not exist in her space. When I tried to share my pain with her, she would listen for 30 seconds and then turn it into a monologue about herself, about how much she has suffered, about everything she still carries. Always her. Not having your own mother's support is a form of grief, a grief you carry in silence because most people around you simply don't understand it. And for a long time, I carried all of that as if it was my fault, as if I was not enough, as if I had to keep proving something that would never be recognized. The turning point, motherhood as a mirror. When I became a mother, something shifted in me. Not all at once, not dramatically, gradually. I started noticing certain patterns in my own behavior, patterns I didn't like seeing. An impatience that scared me, a difficulty genuinely celebrating things, a tension I felt whenever my child showed independence. And I asked myself, where is this coming from? The answer was hard. It was coming from me, from my history, from the way I had learned that relationships work. Intergenerational trauma explained simply. There is something psychology calls intergenerational trauma transmission. It essentially means what is not healed is repeated. Not always in the same form, but the trauma finds a way. You don't have to be just like your mother to pass on what she taught you. Sometimes it is far more subtle than that. It is the way you react when your child cries, the difficulty of letting them make mistakes, the need for them to validate you, the unconscious jealousy when they grow and need you a little less. We learn what a relationship looks like inside our own home, and what we don't examine, we repeat. Real examples, the unconscious at work. I caught myself doing these things. My son came to me excited about something, and I, exhausted, brushed it off and changed the subject. And then I remembered how many times I came to my mother with something and she did exactly that. I felt threatened when he preferred his dad, and then I recognized that I grew up in an environment where love felt scarce and competed for. I struggled to support a choice he was making that I wouldn't have made myself, and I realized I never had anyone support mine. The unconscious doesn't warn you, it just acts. That is why awareness has to be a daily practice, not a one-time revelation. The decision. Hard, but possible. Breaking the cycle is not a decision you make once. It is a decision you have to renew every single day, especially on the hard days, the exhausted days, the days when your own pain is louder than your intention. But it is possible. I know it is possible because I am in the middle of this path, and the fact that you are here watching this video already shows that you are too. Step 1. Name it without becoming it. The first step is exactly what we've been doing, naming what happened to you, giving your pain a name without identifying with it forever. There is a difference between saying, "I went through trauma," and saying, "I am permanently broken." The trauma is part of your story, but it is not who you are. You are someone who went through it and who is choosing, consciously, not to carry it forward. Step 2. Get real support. Therapy. I'm going to say it without any shame because it has been the most important tool in my healing. It does not have to be traditional therapy only. It can be support groups, books, safe communities, but it needs to be a space where you process this with someone outside of it, because we simply cannot see our own blind spots alone. Step 3. Know your triggers. What are the situations with your children that activate you the most? When they cry? When they disobey? When they succeed? When they want more independence? Those triggers are clues. They are the exact places where your unhealed wounds show up, and when you can identify them, you have the chance to pause before you react on autopilot. Step 4. Practice what you never received. This is both beautiful and incredibly difficult. You will have to give your children what you never received from your own mother, and that goes deep. It means listening without judging, celebrating genuinely, supporting choices that are not yours, leaving space for them to be who they are, not who you need them to be. You don't need to have received perfect love to give conscious love. You only need awareness. Step 5. Separate her story from your identity as a mother. You can fully acknowledge that your mother hurt you, and at the same time, not let that pain define who you're going to be. You are not condemned to repeat this. You don't owe anything to this cycle, but you do have to choose, actively, every single day, not to pass it on. The mother I choose to be. This is a personal declaration. I want my children to grow up knowing they can count on me. Not perfectly, because I'm not perfect, but consistently and honestly. I want to be the mother who listens, the mother who, when her child comes in with pain, that pain stays at the center, not mine. I want to be the mother who celebrates, who, when her child achieves something, anything, is the first one to say, "I see you. I am proud of you. Keep going." I want to be the mother who supports, even when his choices are not the ones I would make, because he is a separate person from me, with his own path, his own journey. I want to be the strong mother, not strong in the sense of never feeling, but strong in the sense of not letting my pain run the show, of asking for help when I need it, of being honest about my limits. And I want my siblings and me to come closer, I do not want to carry forward the division that was planted between us. I want to be a bridge, not a wall. I will not pretend my mother hurt me, but I refuse to let that pain be the legacy I leave for my children. Acknowledging the difficulty. Honesty. This is not a straight line. Some days I get it wrong. Some days exhaustion speaks louder and I react in ways I'm not proud of. And on those days, I breathe, I apologize when I need to, and I start again. Because what matters is not perfection, it is direction, it is awareness, it is the choice renewed every single day to be different. Final message. If you made it to the end of this video, it is because this story resonates with you in some way. Maybe you also have a mother like this. Maybe you are a mother yourself and you're afraid of repeating the pattern. Maybe you are just beginning to understand your own wound. You are not alone, and the fact that you are here asking these questions, that is already an act of love for your children. Healing does not have to come before you can be a good mother. Healing and conscious motherhood can walk together. You don't have to be the daughter your mother wanted you to be, but you can become exactly the mother your children need. If this video meant something to you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this today. That one share could truly change someone's life. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is one cycle you are determined to break? I read every single comment. I'm here with you. And if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications. We go deep here and we heal here together. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one.